Hey people, Injured here, 53, Grey Suck, Undercity, blue team. Got some Space Marine players. First up is autumnflame, with a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Some Blood Ravens over here. Alongside, YZ is a Techmarine, starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, and even get into some melee combat. Rounding us off, Techno.Cherry with a Warboss, melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines with some green skin anger. Red team then Drado, rocking a Warlock, melee hero that can leap into combat with some powerful spells, going to support disruption and offense alongside some Imperial Guard. Lalon with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with awesome control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons. This is the Mordian Iron Guard elite scheme. She's got a new hat on. And rounding us off then, Nooblord James with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield, can also shoot his own fellas in the head. Looks like he's going to do it right now. Boom! There's the Inspire Courage, doubling the damage of those guardsmen but preventing them from retreating. Looks like the Commissar wants to brawl. Speaking of brawling, Warboss is moving in. He did cap that power too. Doing some good work against those shooter boys is the Lord Commissar. Gets them down to 2 models. They need to get out of there. I think the Orks are going to have this though, because the Commissar can't last much longer in there and the Warboss is still pretty much full health. Might have been able to play that a little bit more defensive. Nooblord obviously having a Sentinel up would have been a great help, but he's gone for the triple guardsman open, and I do think you need to be a little bit more careful when you do that. Try and use cover to the maximum and wait for the sluggers to come in rather than pushing forward like that. But this is what we have. Orc pushing through, burners up, so he might push onto those generators. Meanwhile mid, looks like the Space Marines there have been pushed off, so we could see some defensive play here from Lalon against the Orcs, who does have a Sentinel. Meanwhile northeast, looks like the Eldar were pushed off. Space Marines now capping up. We've got some shotgun scouts to combat the Banshees and the Warlock himself. And Rangers on the way for Drado. Getting them up pretty late. I think I saw the Agadi weapon team queued up for a moment then at least. 484, 486 very early on, 2-1 cap for the blue team. Boom. Warboss getting some kills. He's going for the angry bits. Stomp from the Sentinel. Stunning the Warboss there. And he's taking a lot of damage. Needs to be careful. The other slugger's going to get away. Chased off by the Lord Commissar, doing big chunks with his pistol there, but they do get away. Warboss charges out, but then eats Hammer of the Witches from the Inquisitor and goes down. That's a starting ability, and a very good one it is. Mastercrafted bolter in play for the Techmarine, almost 38 piercing DPS. Not a huge upgrade over his starting weapon in terms of raw damage, but high powered shot is awesome. Big chunk of damage and suppression on demand. Try and target squad leaders and stuff with that. Looks like red team are going to try and push through, sensing that the Orcs are a little bit weaker without their Warboss, of course. There's Inspire Courage again. And they're doing some work against the shooters now. Yeah, they're going to push through. Can they get onto the power though? They are pretty natural at the bottom here. Hard to hit. These ones much easier to hit. Meanwhile, northeast, Eldar pushing through. Banshees getting their chopping game going. These guys have power melee weapons and love to chop up Marines. It's their favourite hobby. They're going to grab the VP and the contested power. What's this? Guardsmen coming up to support. Looks like Lalon doing a good job supporting both sides so far. Artillery spotters on the field. These guys can shut down ranged weapons with their smoke shell and also disrupt things with their mortar shell. Lord Commissar gets too deep and goes down. Some assault marines jumping in from YZ at some point and getting a kill. Sluggers had user choppers too on them. Probably did some work. That's a global ability of the Warboss. Red team are going to get straight through, I think. Sorry, blue team are going to push straight through. Rangers doing some stuff. They don't have Pathfinder gear. Good disruption over there. Nothing really to take advantage of it, but it did hold them up. Spotter shells dropping. These This Force Commander's way in trouble. Saved there by the shotgun blast. Nicely done. Banshees need to back off. Yeah, no need to push forward there. Just wait for them to come to you. We could see the Warlock try to jump on the Devastators here. Looks like he's not moving quickly enough to do that. Could try and flank around, of course, but he seems to want to back off here. He doesn't like this engagement, and it's important to try and judge those things. Warlock coming in. I think everything else is off the field, but something's pushing through, bashing power. Look at this. Assault Marines have found some dire Avengers. He's not paying attention to them at all. Might lose him if he's not careful. There's a retreat. Gonna take some smacks as they do so. Looks like they'll be okay, maybe. Yeah, this single model has a lot of hit points, actually. Did they bash the power? Looks pretty clean, but they might have just been rebuilt. 417, 435. There was no flamer up, that's for sure. Tier 2 for YZ. Tier 2 already for Nooblord James, getting a Chimera up. Lots of back and forth at the bottom. Nobody really able to stabilize in the central area. Is it? Yep, we still have a contested power that's blue down there. Slugger's doing some work early on, and you'd expect that against triple guards when he did not get a heavy bolter up, did not get anything else up, no catachans. Gone for the quick tier 2 and a quick Chimera. Going to try and make this work. What is this Commissar doing right now? Not sure. He's not attacking. There we go. Get some hits in, fella. Can he get away? He can. Chimera coming in, and now Techno.Cherry needs some anti-vehicle down there. Immolator Blade up for the Warlock. Force Commander goes down, gets a sync kill. That must have been pretty satisfying. A graceful way to die. Howling Banshees with aspect of fleetness. Uh-oh. That was high-powered shot, taking out one of those models and suppressing them. He forgot about his Banshees there. Did Drado. Everyone's tier 2 pretty much. Autumnflame and Techno.Cherry will get there momentarily. Chimera the only tier 2 unit on the field right now. Techmarine will get a revive, you would think. But it should get him to level 3. Drop pod coming in. Dangerous place to drop your Marines when there's a bunch of grenades. Like that. And now crippling volley keeps them in place. Yeah, not the best usage of a drop pod. Obviously trying to get into and disrupt things, but didn't work out. Ate some grenades instead. Assault Marines are low, looks like they're going to be okay. Devastator's moving up a lot and taking some plasma gun shots from these guards when these guys have a Commissar as well, and he packs a punch. Force Commander again goes down, looks like. Maybe. Oh, he gets away. Guardsman can't finish him off. He had one hit point. One more shot from any of those weapons would have taken him down, but looks like they're going to get these Marines. Yeah, that was a messy engagement for Blue Team. Really messy. Looks like they had the upper hand there for a few moments at least, and kind of blew it. 390 to 356. Weird Boy on the field for Techno.Cherry, which does have plasma cannon damage on its basic attack. That is doing some work against the Chimera. Needs to try and keep it moving so it doesn't get hit by those things. Like that. Commissar got hit though. Puts up his shield. Tries to wade into some shooter boys. Oh, go straight after the Weird Boy in fact. Not sure what the Weird Boy's melee damage is, but he does have a special attack, which is pretty cool to see when it goes off. Speaking of specials, there was one. Can he kill this Weird Boy? Odd Boy is on him to try and save, but does not save. Kept him in there too long, did Techno.Cherry, and that's quite a big loss. Power Claw is up. Heavy melee weapon will damage that Chimera, especially if he can get on rear armor, but he messes up his charge. Right into an object there. Ogren's on the field now for Nooblord. Quick tier 1 into Chimera and Ogren's. We'll see if it pays off. 350 to 356. Very close on VPs. 2-1 for red. Looks like Blue Team are capping the top though. Warboss needs to be careful fighting these Ogren's here. Yeah, didn't want to stay in there, did he? Don't blame him. Ogren's are fierce. Another Weird Boy on the way for Techno.Cherry. And with Ogryns in play, you can understand why he wants to get another one up. There's some Daka. Ogryns are super heavy infantry though, so they kind of shrug off piercing damage quite well. Yeah, look, they barely touched them there. Barely touched them. Tier 3 for YZ. Stone Guard veterans on the field for autumnflame. They must be inside the Razorback. Support vehicle for Space Marines. Much like the Chimera, allows you to reinforce and transport units inside. Pretty decent twin-linked heavy bolter on top too. Here comes some guardsmen, led by the Inquisitor. Crossbow bolt pistol. Does some decent range damage, 30 DPS with the pretty awesome crippling volley. You can set up Manticore strikes and stuff. Really bad news for Terminators that might appear later. Force Commander barely gets away again, has a Thunderhammer, has Armor of Alacrity 2 to speed him up. Fire Dragons are in play, going to try and get on that Razorback. Plasma Cannon on the way. YZ, I guess, wants a tank or something. Stone Guard veterans for YZ now, switching to the Kraken rounds. Should be using Vengeance against the Ogryns since they are super heavy infantry actually. Blue team needs to get their VP back too. Come on fellas, there you go. Yeah, he had him pushed back for quite a while there, Nooblord. Some good play. Grabbed this and fully gendered up too. Now it's going to be stolen, I guess, but can they get on the VP in time to do anything meaningful in terms of VP counter? There's a Melter Bomb. Don't think there's anything here to follow it up though. Does some damage to the Chimera and slows it down. These guys can load in their Vengeance rounds. There we go. Some damage now coming onto the Chimera. It is being repaired like crazy. But here comes a Warboss. Wow. Rear armor hits. Doing some crazy damage to that Chimera there. Repairing's not going to save you. Boom. Warboss getting it done. Got his spiky armor now too. Fighting a Commissar. Fist of Brockers. That yellow effect you saw was none shall fall. 272 to 339. Warboss does go down. Got too excited trying to fight off this Lord Commissar. He almost got him though. Now getting the Emperor's Wrath. Such an expensive accessory as you can see, but it's pretty mental when it comes off. Lets you call in 3 Manticore rockets basically. Oh, they're Basilisk rounds it says, but they do Manticore damage. 268, 339. No shotgun blast available, I guess. They don't have the energy, I don't think. There's that washout. Ouch. But Devastators are there to save the day. Gonna try and break this shield. Force Commander not interested in finishing that cap, apparently. Drado with some Wraith Guard. Is that the best choice against a teleporting Force Commander with a Thunderhammer? We'll see. We shall see. You'd expect to see a Wraith Lord, but no such luck. Sluggers with Ardboys fighting some Ogryns, doing a decent job too, it has to be said. Doing a really good job. The Nob Leader has power melee, so he was chopping through him pretty well there. 268, 309. YZ looking kind of depleted with only 3 units on the field, but is tier 3 and seems to be saving for a Land Raider. Which are awesome, of course, especially in team games. Some Kassakin on the field for Lalon. Where are they? They're right here. And they have a plasma guns. So, massive DPS. Look at that. Over 16 DPS per gun. I think there's at least 2 in the squad, so that's like 32 DPS just from the plasma guns. Hammer of the Witches. Not enough to finish off the Techmarine there. Really feel like they're missing a heavy weapons squad. These 2 Imperial Guard players would allow them to sustain a lot better in the field, I think. They can like fall back to them and stuff. Pushing through here is blue team onto the power. Some very slow power bashing. The Stone Guard veterans not wanting to take part. They're sulking in the corner over there. Of course, when it gets in, they need to try and focus him down. Some friendly fire though from the Wraith Cannons. Does some good work though, the Force Commander there. And gets out. It's a dicey place to be. Here comes a flank attempt, but what is this? It's a Venerable Dreadnought, I think. No! You tricked me, YZ. It's just some Marines. I was hoping for a Venerable Dreadnought. 268, 267. Don't get much closer than that on VPs. Been a really nice back and forth, both top and bottom, with Lalon and YZ trying to support. Her Gartus in play then for the Inquisitor. Also has her mandate. She's ready to roll. Wraithguard don't have their Spirit Seer Warlock, so they can't move very fast or see very far, although it looks like they're getting the bonus from the Dire Avenger Exarch over there. 268 to 245. What does this affect right now? I actually don't know what that is. It's affecting all this stuff though. Definitely not non-child forward kind of bugged out, is it? Or something? What the hell is that? Someone will let us know in the comments. 268 to 233. Force Commander in amongst your guardsmen. Not a good place for those guardsmen to be. Boom. The Master of Disruption gets in there. And here's a Predator tank from YZ. Nob Squad on the way for Techno.Cherry. Can these guys finish off the Razorback? Not sure why it's getting so far forward, this thing. Gonna go down. Well done. Lalon getting that kill with those Stormtroopers. Baneblade on the way. We have Dark Creepers on the way for Drado. Tons of power stocked up for the Eldar player there. Meanwhile, bottom, Orks putting pressure on. Needs to use the Warp Vomit to stun these Ogrins here. Didn't use it. Still not using it. There we go. Only hit one of the models. Shooters still being chased, but looks like they're going to be okay. Down goes that Ogrin. Warboss is really pissed off with him in particular, I think. Ogrins are doing okay. They're meeting some fierce melee combat though. What level are those sluggers now? Level 3. Ogrins are still level 1. So we do have Fire Dragons, we do have Dark Creepers, here they are at base right now. Baneblade is almost coming in. And should do some decent work at least early on before the blue team can respond to it. Again though, no setup teams up here. I know YZ... Oh, we do have Devastators for autumnflame, that's right. I knew one of them at least had Devastators. I'd expect more though. There was a Plasma Cannon at some point, wasn't there? It's a decent orbital. Very nice orbital. Big chunks of damage. Didn't wipe anything, but that is a hell of a lot of damage. And gets them off the field instantly there. Sneaky Stormtroopers. Looking to get in on the tank, but there is a scout squad here that can spot them. Fire Dragons coming out of the webway. Instantly firing off those fusion guns. Nasty surprise for the Predator tank. That was Emperor's Wrath. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Demolisher Cannon for the Baneblade. Can it survive? Scouts can't do a lot against the Baneblade. They're trying though, bless them. What's this? Warboss getting close to base. Power Bash from the Orks with knobs in play. Lost a lot of health, but didn't lose a model. A Lehman Russ from Nooblord. He needs a heavy bolter down there, I think. And Catachans. Something. The knobs are your priority right now. Warlock is level 2, has channeling runes. Champion's Robe. Immolator. Could use the channeling runes to support the Fire Dragons as they run in to try and do stuff. Immolate doing some good work against the Devastators. Got a model off him. But nothing here to support the Warlock. Where's the rest of the Eldar stuff? They're healing up. Now they come out. Baneblade moving up too. I think the Baneblade is waiting for the Eldar stuff to join him. Where's the rest of Lalon's stuff? Heading... It's heading up there. Now we have a Power Fist Force Commander. In response to the Baneblade. Need to try and focus that guy down. He's a big threat right here. Here he comes. Teleports in. Flesh over steel. There it is. It's not going to be able to stay in play, and I don't think it's under much threat here. We do have some Vengeance Round Stone Guard at level 3. But they're firing on the wrong target here. They're firing at Dark Creepers. Dark Creepers are heavy infantry, I believe, but you need Kraken rounds for that. Oh, looks like the Stormtroopers tried to get in on the tank there. Now it needs repairs. And Baneblade doing its job. Pushing through. Can they get onto the power? I think it's too much of a risk to do that. 2-1 cap for blue team though. Red team getting quite low on his VPs here. What is this? Terminators from YZ. Storm Bolters and Power Fists will be useful if they can get their Power Fists in play on the Baneblade. What is this Warboss doing? Get into melee, my friend. Here we go. Nice usage of the Warp Vomit. Really messing up those Ogrins. Slugger's getting in there with Ard Boys. He's used his globals pretty well, has Techno.Cherry. And Ogrin's wiped out. It was a bad fight for them. Yeah, as predicted, as soon as those knobs get close to that Leman Russ, it's not going to last very long. Don't think that was the thing to purchase. Obviously, you know, you're in tier 3. You want to get a tier 3 thing out, but it's not always the best thing to do. Big engagement up here. Eldritch Storm misses the tank. Well, tank's gone down anyway, I think. Maybe it did finish it off. There is still another tank there. Eldritch is set to get a damage increase again in 2.8, I believe. The Baneblade also is set to get a damage increase on its main weapon, but a slight cost increase as well. Just 100 requisition, I think. 193, 43, double cap now for red. They are right back in this. Right back in this, but can they hold the bottom with the knobs here? Need to cap the VP back. Oh, Warboss went down. That's bad. Looted tank on the way. Autumnflame looking kind of depleted, but so is Nooblord James. He's only got 2 guardsmen. Commissar's down 2. Those knobs popped up. And a wrecked face down there, as they often do. Let's go for some Kassakin. Most likely plasma guns. But it could be wanting to disrupt some caps. I'm thinking plasma guns just for shooting knobs. We have an Executioner Leman Russ alongside the Baneblade here. Is it time for Techno.Cherry to come top? Or can he hold down the 2 VPs at the bottom? Looks like YZ, in fact, is coming bottom. The weird boy chucking some boys. Predator tanks down here. That's the Basilisk Flare. Not going to do a whole lot for you. Kassakin. Oh, he's gone for the grenades. It's really nice. The grenade launchers, I mean. But I think you only get 2 of them, right? You only get 2 of them, so it's usually not enough disruption by itself to kind of lock down a squad permanently. Especially if it's a melee squad trying to get to you. Used in conjunction with other things, though, it's great. It doesn't really have other things, Nooblord James. 128 to 37. There's a 2-1 again for the blue. They have both the naturals. Red team need to figure this out. Lalon might need to come bottom with like everything. Did I just see a rocks? I did. Trying to time it with the retreat. Nicely done by Techno.Cherry. Timed really well and killed tons of models. A lot of reinforcing now for Lalon to do. Speaking of nukes, Lalon has a rocket run available, I would think. Autumnflame pretty close to an orbital too. Autumnflame down to double scouts. What the hell happened? I'm not sure. Top is still red. Blue team swarming on this, but look at this from red. Some sneaky Dark Creepers getting in. Might get a triple, albeit a very brief one. Oh wow, Fire Prism with an amazing shot. hitting like 3 or 4 units there, and grenades coming in. Dicey though for these Dire Avengers to stand here. There we go, run away fellas. Some nice play though from Drado coming in. Rocket run. Looks like it missed the bulk of stuff. Gotta say that's a wasted nuke there. 82 to 19, that was from Lalon, who have lost their Lehman Russ, and here's a Land Raider. I thought this thing was going to come way earlier, but now we have it. 76 to 19 is pretty close. Northeast looks quiet for now. What is this? Is this oh, it's the Baneblade sitting there. I thought that was a webway. Looted tank goes down. Chased by these buffed up stormtroopers. Uh-oh. Can they survive? A Land Raider though, that is nasty. And no, they can't, is the answer. Fire Prism is way too close to this Land Raider. It can now fire the Multi-Melter on it and do big chunks of damage. It's going to go down here. No way it's going to get away. Fire Dragons, double cap for red. It's so close, 23 to 19. Autumnflame is floating resources here. Needs to buy something. Drado having a bad few minutes, losing some stuff out, getting stuff out of position, all sorts of things going on. What's this? Wraithguard, some just bash some power. You need some VPs though, my friend. Land Raiders pushed all the way up here to keep stuff at bay. Level 4 Nob Squad. Good grief. Good luck, Mr. Warlock. Puts his shield up from the Champion's Robe. And gets a decap as well. Amazing. Force Commander teleporting in, keeping his power fist on, I should say. I guess there are still vehicles around, and then gets shot down. That was sloppy. Land Raiders right here to retreat to. Nice usage of frag assault. And there's the game. It was a single cap. The red team actually have it. That decap from the Warlock, way more important than I gave it credit for, I guess. And look at this. What came over here and decapped it? It must have been these fellas. Look, they're retreating off. These Kashyyyk. I thought it was blue team's game. I was not even looking at the VP counter. They had some real dominance at the bottom, but red team played the VP counter game the best, I guess, at the end. Baneblade looks like it was moving bottom. Let's look at his heroes end of the game. Level 6 Force Commander. Some sloppy losses, but did get some work done with his war gear. Lost a lot of stuff though. YZ, level 9 Techmarine. Had Signum, had the Refractor Field. Level 6 Warboss certainly got stuck into some stuff with the Power Claw. We had a level 5 Warlock with that heroic decap at the end with the Champion's Robe. It seemed to be some kind of like pathing issues. The knobs couldn't surround him. Level 10 Inquisitor. Purgatus, Mandate, and Nooblord James and Lord Commissar really went through the meat grinder at the bottom, but comes out on top. Red team win it. Well done to them. Good game. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.